Hi YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show you some gameplay, switch things up a little bit, rolling with the Eagles, just because it just got a really stout offensive defense, and I'm going to run into players that are going to be using the Chiefs and some of the other meta teams. So might as well just have a meta team to go when I'm playing gameplay. This guy actually was shredding me. He actually had an opportunity to go up on 3 scores on me in the game, and once I switched over to this cover 6 Willie, he started struggling on his offense in passes in particular, and it gave him a hard time. So I want to kind of show you this gameplay and how I was able to get back into it, being potentially down by 3 scores once I switched into Willie. So I'm rolling once again with the Eagles. My opponent is using the Detroit Lions, which has got a really good offensive line. Their offense is really good, great wide receivers, good tight end, good fast running backs, and I try to hit them with my Okie roll defense. I'm going to just use a cover 2 shell right here. Problem with the Okie roll and using this Eagle 3, this cover 3 roll, is that you do have your one defender that's out of position, and basically if you mug the box, you got to get back really deep. So I actually get down in the box. I want to get some pressure against this guy, and I got myself I missed out alignment. I'm actually too far over right here. I should be playing a little bit over the tackle, because I'm going to get someone off the edge. Even if he tries to pick this up, stuff's going to come in. But I get greedy in this type of situation and get a little bit too far out of position, and he just dots me up. So I think it's just got a verticals concept going over the top of the field and just a streak, and there's nobody in the area. This guy's out of position. This is wide open, and I'm down by the center, which is a really bad decision. He pops me for a huge play right there, and it's just bad defense, just bad defensive setup. And I actually have decided I was using the safety just because it was just a better player that I felt like was using. But now I find myself that I'm getting myself out of position, and I can never get a really good blitz angle on that. So he actually jumps into kind of a heavy set right here. It's just an I-form close. I go into 4-4, open up the box a little bit, and I think I open up my linebackers, and I'm just going to try to carry over and fill the gap to the strong side of the field. And look what he does. He does a little pitch, and look at the blocking. This is why this line's roster is really good. Offensive line blocks. This guy comes out and blocks. I got a guy at this next level. That's my user coming up right here, and I think you get tied up into another block. And you can see I get tied up, and he just finds the gap and just shreds me. So 2 plays, 1 score. Not a good way to start on defense. Just really, it's just one of those mistakes. Now, in the previous series on offense, I don't make the right plays and put myself in a situation where I actually have to pump the ball back to him, and he gets the ball back here on the 30. And anytime I see like these I-form sets, usually what happens is you see players are going to do bench concepts like so. Basically they'll do like crossing concepts. So they're going to have like a guy go out in the flat. You're going to have a crosser that's going to go like this, or a crosser like that. So how I run my defense is I run basically cover 3. I'm going to put these guys into flats to take away those flat routes, and then I'm going to man these dudes up on the outside. And then I'm going to go ahead and use her in the middle of the field and try to take away any kind of fast reads. And I have my responsibility as a running back, which could stretch me kind of deep. This guy makes an adjustment and actually streaks up this guy instead of having a corner out. And as a result, because I do have that man-on-man coverage, I have a defender out there, but my defensive back comes out and plays that correctly. So if he was a little bit faster of a guy, he actually probably could have got, if he waited just a split second longer, he probably would have got that as a touchdown. But it was kind of unique that he made that type of adjustment where he streaked up one of his guys. So right here I go into basically this Okie roll defense. I actually take the user on the outside with Ringo, and really what I'm looking at is I'm trying to protect this side of the field. This other defender's over this guy, so he's actually blitzing, but he's not going to read that, and you're going to see this pressure come in hot with this defense. So watch me use Ringo and then go over to the third wide receiver. I actually brought my blitzer down, but you can see I'm actually falling back. He doesn't read it correctly, and the pressure comes off the edge. This is why I do like that Okie roll in these type of situations, because it makes someone throw hot. So here's a situation where this guy shows you that he's a good player. So I'm just using a basic cover 9 coverage. I've got a half over here, a little squat flat. So I've got a triangle going on right here, and then I've got myself some box action on this side, on the left side. And I have to go ahead and carry the third wide receiver off to the left. In this type of situation, I clicked onto this user right here, which was a bad decision because you're going to see what's going to happen. Bradbury's actually has to carry over the top because it is a double seams. He's using verticals, and my 3-rec hook comes down and plays the running back, and as a result, this route is going to be open right here. And I think I have an extra defender in that area, but he doesn't. I'm not able to click on quickly enough. I click onto him, but I don't take action, and as a result, he's able to go and get a nice little completion with four verticals. So right here, I go ahead and jump into a different defense now. Didn't have any success with a 4-4, so I go with a 61-43 defense. Get really good leverage right there. So he actually springs down low to try to swing back up, and I'm able to go ahead and get him to lose a yard against the running game. He's going to have success with the running game. So I slap my guys over, similar situation, and I'm actually, he just quick snaps the run, and look at the seal blocking. This offensive line is really good. This guy comes up to the next level. This guy's blocking, and he's just able to go ahead and cut the ball up, quick snap it, get the ball going. I try to shade my line off, and it didn't work successfully. He falls in for another touchdown. So I'm in a bind right now. I'm like literally down 14-0, and it gets uglier than that. Look at the score, 14-0. Back on defense again. I forgot what happened in the game, but he actually gets the ball back. I might have turned the ball over inadvertently, so as a result, I'm really in a bind. So I just go out with an all-out blitz, and the reason you do this is because these guys are playing run fits on the outside. All-out blitz, like, you know, basically a zero blitz. Everybody's playing run fits, especially if you play the guy over the middle of the linebacker. This is a good defense to use if you just really don't have any kind of answer to a running game. He goes ahead and tries to run the ball off. I get a nice little block shed because they've got 7 guys to his offense, 6 guys up front, and as a result, they get a guy that actually shoots in the gap. So he goes strong Y off to the left, and now he switched things up a little bit. I'm anticipating he's going to go ahead and do some type of pass play, the blend in. And I meant to go ahead and take my defensive line and spread these guys out. But what I did is actually pinch them inadvertently. I'm actually using the backside guy because I want to go ahead and basically go ahead and make sure I go ahead and use this guy to go ahead and contain and a kind of backside cross. But because I have these guys bunched up, they all get bunched up. And you can see once again, he's just got this blocking lane that he's going to be able to hit. And my run game against this guy was just not good. He had good run stick right there. You can see he just cuts right against my user and actually picks up another 30 yards off that cutback. So this guy's just shredding me with the run, and I really have no answer to it. So same with the 34 out, I go ahead and blitz everybody in, and right here that backside guy actually is able to go ahead and tackle him for only a 3-yard gain. So now he jumps into trip set. So he's got 3 wide receivers over here, and then he's got basically 1 wide receiver and 1 running back. And I decided to change things up a little bit. I go into this cover 6 Willie defense, and what's great about this defense is you got yourself match coverages over here, and this 3-rec hook is going to play his responsibility. But then you have man coverage on these backside guys. So if these guys go deep, this guy goes out, this guy goes in, they're going to be completely protected. And what I want to do is I want to user this guy over so I can actually come down and fill in the run. And a lot of times if I have time, I'm going to go ahead and take this defensive line and slide these guys over, so the blocking leverage becomes kind of jumbled up and allows my guys to actually attack their run fits a little bit more effectively and not get blocked by the offensive line. Now what's good about this defense is just that it is really effective against the pass too. And you just set it and forget it. So that's what's great about it. So he's got a levels constant. He's got basically verticals going on. He's got a quick out. He should have took this. This is the smart read on this. But this guy's trying to press the ball up because he's looking at the score. He's like, if I get 21-0, I'm probably going to get this guy to Ray Quitch out, which would be me. but I'm sticking with the game because when I get people to start beating me, I stay in the games because they might be doing something I'm not used to doing, or I want to see if I can get back into the game and make it competitive or actually win the game. What you're going to see, that's what happens with it because I stayed with it. So right here, I'm looking for the crosser. He goes back to the middle of the field. There's my marker, man. He just gave me the marker. You're throwing the ball right to my user. I go ahead and take my safety over there, pick the ball off, and I get back in this game. That's all it took for me to get back in this game. One turnover. This guy was shredding me on offense with this running game back left and right, getting fast splash plays, and I finally get a score. 40 seconds left right here because I do get a fairly fast score against him. And he jumps into a quad set. So he's got empty quads. He's got 4 wide receivers or one here. I use basically this play essentially, which is a cover 6 version, but this is a cover 6 zone. So these guys just kind of float up into their zones when they stick. So what you'll see is this guy right here is going to be the responsibility for the receiver that's crossing over the top of the field, and he'll come over here to this area, and then he'll stop. And his wide receiver is going to come over and actually come to the sideline. And that's why you want to have match coverages against these type of formations. You can see he's got this levels concept. He's got a drag. He's got this guy. This guy's actually a shot, but he's looking one side of the field only. I have to take the underneath. And you can see this guy comes biting down, leaving this area of the field wide open, and it was a present to him because I actually can't. I was trying to come down, but I should have went back up a little bit. So he went high or low. The defense was not good for what he was looking to do. So it was drags under what he actually used against me, and I was in a bind with that. So nice big play for him, getting himself an opportunity to get into field goal range because he's right at the half. He's just past the 50-yard line. Well, here I go. I jump into my Willie defense. And once again, he's got his trip set going on. I slide my line over. So if he just tries to run, I can basically go and shoot this gap down here. But I've got matching principles. I've got a box off to the trip side. Looking for any kind of crossing routes right here. This is locked up. He doesn't see the curl route fast enough. He's got like this little crossing route, but this guy's matched up perfectly. And now I can go ahead and use her. I'm watching this crossing route coming down the backside. That's going to be my man right there. Got a guy off the edge. He doesn't know where to go with it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start looking at this guy right here. And I think he's waiting for that to develop, and I actually get a coverage sack right there for a huge play. So what a huge play right there. I get him into a 2nd and 23 after that. Where I get him out of field goal range, and now he's in a bind right now because he only has one more timeout. So once again, I go ahead and use this Willie defense. I'm going to go in QB contain because he likes to scramble out, and I'm just going to say, hey man, you beat Willie. Willie is coming to play. I want you to try to beat. He takes a shot up top with his defensive back. I go ahead and click on, and I'm able to go ahead and knock the ball out, thankfully, because he did have a play at that ball, but at least I had a defender that was in the area to play it. He jumps an I-form wing in a 3rd and 23. I'm going to go ahead and just use a heavy defense, a split defense. I'm probably going to take this out of my defensive formations and maybe just run 63 or 61. 43 in general, because I think the front is better than this. These guys shoot the gas, but you can see, look at this. These guys just got destroyed. That could have been a touchdown if he just got off. If he got a cleaner run around his blockers. So right here, I go ahead and jump once again in this nickel defense. This guy actually put into zone coverage, so you take away that routes, and all I want to do is just try to get the coverage in. He has nowhere to go with the ball except for the flat, and that is definitely way short. Tries to get a move, and I actually go ahead and get him off the field, get into the second half. So he actually gets the ball in the second half against me, and I decided to go ahead and jump into just cover 4. Going against this run, and this offensive line is just destroying my defense. Blocking is just setting up perfectly. So this is what the adjustment I do. This is adjustment on desperation. I'm going to go ahead and put my flats into 30s, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press my defensive backs down with the cover 4. Use the middle linebacker, because when I have these guys in flats over here on the outside and they're pressed down, they're going to come in and play run fits. This guy's going to play a run fit. Everybody's playing run fits in this defense, and what happens is he will protect to the outside and kind of float up. Look what this guy does. He sees the press coverage. He goes ahead and makes an adjustment, and he actually streaks up his starred wide receiver. I've got this guy right over the top of him, and he takes a shot right up top. And fortunately for me, Dijon actually makes a play. That could have been a touchdown, but I did get some good play by my defensive backs on that. So I'm like, okay, I can't give up a big play. I got to have my guys fall back in the zone. So I'm not going to press my guys down, but I want to go ahead and put these guys in flats. So if the ball runs, they're going to go ahead and play run fits. So basically did not press my guys down. He runs the ball, and you can see the run fit protection is a little bit better because my my outside wide receivers, defensive backs have to play a run fit, so they're not getting pushed off the line. So that manipulated his run and that type of situation. So he goes into gun bunch Y flex, and I decided to go ahead and hit him with the cover 3 match coverage. But what I'm going to do is, because I've got 2 cover 3 guys, or I got my yellow zones in the middle, I'm going to blitz these guys because I need to show this guy some pressure and not give him any kind of time. I don't want to press my guys either because he has been willing to try to throw over the top of my coverage. But you can see the pressure he gets picked up. He actually blocks 6, but I think he feels the rush a little bit. And as a result, he throws fast into a corner in route, and I'm able to go ahead and get an interception with my defensive back. And I think I pick six this guy. I actually go ahead and take it, put it in the end zone, and I was down 14-0 with an opportunity for him to go up 21-0, and I flipped that by 21 points. So just sticking with the game, playing the game, making decisions, just not to get crazy. I was so excited with being able to get back into this game because I felt like it was going to be one of these. It was going to be a 21 skunk that I basically got back in the game. I missed my extra point because I was just so excited to be able to get back into this game. So now I know the momentum's on my side. He tried to run right here. I get a nice little block shed with my defensive tackle, get in the end zone, or get in the backside there, and actually put him into a bind. Right here, I go ahead and jump into cover 6, and this really was bad defensive setup for what his reads were. I have basically cover 4 match out there. He's using verticals again, and he actually pops me with a vertical. So this guy knew his reads, he knew his progressions really quick. I probably should have ran with cover 9 or cover 6. Now I go with a really aggressive blitz right here, and I think he goes ahead and he gets a little bit deep into the playbook. He tries to do himself a jet sweep. That is not a good jet sweep because you don't have an extra blocker such as the running back to give you an extra block on it. There's better jet sweeps out of like doubles formations where the running back will block for you, so it's just kind of good. So now he goes ahead and jumps into basically an empty set, and I decided to go ahead and hit this guy up with my man blitz out of 61 defense because the man alignment is perfect. One adjustment I'm starting to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mug the center. And that reason, it's going to basically mess up the blocking. It's going to give the clean release off the edge. If these guys shade off the edge, it's going to give this guy a free release. So you can't really shade the line at all. And right here, I'm just going to mug that center, and then I'm going to go ahead and back out of it as quickly as I can. Inside shade with my defenders, just make sure that he can't hit me with a fast read, and you can see the pressure just comes off the edge. I'm falling back into a passing lane. I'm able to go ahead and get him a sack right there and get him to a 3rd and 17. So 3rd and 17, he quick holds me. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a different coverage. I think what I do is I scrub my offensive line out. I do a QB contain just in case he scrambles. I'm going to play the middle of the field, but I'm actually playing sticks. So I'm actually got my guys playing up to here. In this type of situation, I'm going to go ahead and use the middle linebacker just to make sure that he doesn't go over the middle of the field. You can see my guys falling back to the zones. I get myself pulled out of position, and actually he throws the ball a little bit early because he was a little bit nervous. He ends up punting the ball to me down by a score. So just something you don't normally see online. I'm able to go up 28-14, and I'm in a kind of the pilot seat right now. I don't want to give up a quick score, so I go in, I think just a basic cover 3. He really just kills this coverage. He's got basically, I think, a corner. He's got a streak. He's got four wide receivers in one area. with a levels concept. Just basically torched me right there in that type of situation. Now he goes and jumps into this heavy set. I've got myself a mana line, which I don't like this alignment. I like to have my shells correctly covered up, but I just decided to blitz all. I don't want to give this guy any kind of time whatsoever. And watch what happens. See how this guy just kind of slides out? Just going to open this up in the middle of the field. I'll see this on this play, but he does not see that streak route. And I get some pressure off the edge and get him into a 2nd and 10. He no huddles, and now I base align the defense, pull my defender down. I want to give up a streak route. I'm going to blitz all, and I want to go ahead and pull this guy down, blitz 8, and try to protect up. Now, I get a little bit overzealous with this, and you're going to see how smart of a opponent this guy is. He sees what I'm doing. He sees I'm mugging, and he just streaks up his tight end and just throws right over my coverage. So it was a risky play, but it was also just a smart play. You know what I mean? I got myself out of position. He basically shifts the field completely. He gets the ball in the red zone territory right here, doing really good. So now I go back into 4-4 split, and one of the reasons why I do like the 4-4 split is that you got a really good, match cover three coverage. Slide my line over in this. He doesn't seem to be running. He just seems to be just trying to basically hit me. I go with basically QB contain. He's got nowhere to go with it. I get a block shed as he's trying to get rid of the ball and get him into 2nd and 10. Now he jumps into tight formation, and I just try to go ahead and hit this guy up with Oki roll once again. Oki roll 2, which basically gets my alignments a little bit better. Motion my guys over and actually jump into cover 3, and then I'm going to hard flat and put my middle linebackers into zones. And he doesn't know where to go with the ball. Smartly takes off the quarterback because my QB contain isn't set up. Get him into a 3rd and 5. And right here, I think I jump into the play that he struggled with the most. I probably should have spammed this play more, but it went into Willie in this type of situation with a QB contain. Get a nice little block shot off the edge. You can see right here, I get him to a 4th and 5. So in this type of situation, he's playing doubles. I haven't seen this the entire time. I decided to go ahead and just hit him with an all-out blitz. Once again, showing the same type of stuff. I probably should have blitzed all right here just to make sure the blitz came in, because it does get picked up in this type of situation. And he hits me with Laporta on an out route, and I got rid of the ball early, man, really early. He anticipated that. He threw it right away. He's able to go and collect it, put it in the end zone, and actually get another score. I think what he does is go for a 2-point conversion, and that's this type of situation. I jump into double A gap because he's an empty. I'm going to go ahead and put my guys out into flats, and I like to put my hook zone defender into a spy so he doesn't take off this quarterback. And he actually throws right, just as a simple a slant flat concept, and he throws the flat, gets really good leverage because I played inside shade, and as a result, he actually gets a 2-point conversion. So I end up going ahead and getting the ball down. I get a couple first downs, and then just start going ahead and kneeling the ball. He ends up quitting out against me, but wanted to show this to you guys, basically, some of the adjustments to make. But I was literally down in a situation where I could have been down basically 3 scores, but because I stuck into it, I was able to go and pick up a victory in the second half. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. Until next time.